Hey everyone, it's Jen. Welcome to your Energize Your Day practice. We're going to begin standing and we're also going to use a yoga strap to start off. So go ahead and come to your yoga mat. You can unwind your yoga strap. We're going to start today with just a movement. Sometimes it's called the shoulder flossing. So you're going to take your strap in your hands. I always like to hold my hand around the buckles. Take your hands maybe 2 feet or so apart. You'll know once we get moving if you need to widen your stance of your hands. You're going to take a big breath in. You're going to let your feet ground down into the mat. And you're going to stretch your arms up by your ears. Okay. Now, as you're exhaling, we're going to let the arms move back, right? So I can tell right here my stance of my hands is a little narrow because I can't go very far. So I'm just going to widen my hands just a bit, soften in my elbows, and let the strap go back behind the head to create some openness across the chest. And you do want to be mindful not to let the chest pull super far forward, so draw the front ribs in. Inhale, let your arms reach up. So it's going to be a little bit of slack in the belt, and exhale, let the belt come forward. And let's do that again. Inhale, let your arms come up. So there's a little bit of slack in the belt. And now as you start to go back, you want to let your elbows bend. And now the belt will become taut. And you'll let the belt go back behind the head. Draw the front ribs in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come forward. Okay, last one. Inhale, reach your arms up. Press into your feet. As you start your exhale, let your elbows start to bend. Bring the strap back behind the head. Reach up through the crown of your head. As you inhale, reach up. And then as you exhale, come forward. Okay, then you can set the strap out to the side, standing at the front short side of your yoga mat. Feet about frontal hip bone distance apart. Join your prayer hands together at your heart. Take a breath in, press your palms together, and as you exhale, prayer hands stay at the heart. Sink the hips back into chair position. Lean the torso slightly forward. The tailbone is going to, the pelvis is going to slightly roll forward, but then to counterbalance that, we're going to draw the front ribs into the body. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, hands to the earth, hips rising upward toward the ceiling. Take a breath in, lift the belly away from the thighs, reach out long through the crown of your head, and exhale, fold into your legs. Inhale, allow your knees to bend, circle sweep your arms, reach your arms up by your ears. Prayer hands coming together, bend the knees, chair pose. Pause here in the chair pose. Just want to be mindful not to over tuck the tailbone and encourage that C curve in the spine. So sink the tops of the thigh bones down and then roll the pelvis slightly forward and then draw the low ribs in. Take a breath in. As you exhale, forward fold, hands down, hips going high. Inhale, lift the belly away from the thighs. Reach out through the spine and exhale, fold into your legs. Inhale, bend your knees and reverse. Exhale, prayer hands coming together. Let your knees bend, chair pose. Pause here. Feel the tops of your thigh bones sink deep. Draw the navel into the spine and front ribs in. Breathe in. Exhale, come to forward fold. So prayer hands come down, hips rise up. Inhale, lift the belly away from the thighs, reach long through the spine. This time we're going to come to downward dog. So plant the hands, step the feet back. As you arrive, just focus on anchoring into the hands and then pedaling out through your feet. Okay, we're gonna weight the left ball of the foot. You're gonna inhale, take your right leg and sweep it up into down dog split. So the right heel is gonna lift nice and high as you anchor your hands down. Exhale, curl your right knee in, step it through, turn your left heel down. You're gonna breathe in, come up, pass through warrior two, flip up your right palm. Left hand lands on your left thigh, or loops behind your low back. As you exhale, let your arms come down to frame your right foot. Lift your left heel, step back, down dog. Pedal out for a moment, your feet and your knees. Okay, we're gonna ground down into the right ball of the foot. Take a breath in, send your left heel nice and high, ground down through your hands. Exhale, curl your left knee in, step it through, spin your right heel down. Inhale, come up, flip up your left palm, right hand lands on your right thigh or comes behind your low back, reverse warrior. On your next exhale, bring your hands down, frame your left foot, spin your right heel, step back, downward dog. Pedal out through the knees and the feet. Deep inhalation and deep exhalation. Ground down into the left ball of the foot. Inhale, send the right heel up. Down dog split. Reach out long through the crown of your head. Exhale, curl your right knee in. Step your right foot through. Spin your left heel down. Inhale, cartwheel your arms around. Pass through warrior two. Flip up your right palm. Left hand to left thigh or loop the arm around the low back. Exhale, let your hands come down. Frame your right foot, spin your back heel, step back, down dog. Stay here or take your breath in. Shift your hips forward into plank pose, knees up or down. Exhale, bend at your elbows, lower to your chest and ribs. Untuck your feet, inhale, curl up from the shoulder blades, cobra pose. Slightly lift the chin to open the throat. Exhale, draw the belly button in, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Inhale, ground into the right ball of the foot. Float the left leg up. As you exhale, curl your left knee in. Step your left foot through. Spin your right heel down. Inhale as you cartwheel your arms around. Pass through warrior two. Flip up your left palm. Right hand lands on the right thigh or loops behind the low back. As you exhale, framing your front left foot. Spin off your right heel, step back, down dog. Staying here or inhale, shift the hips forward, plank pose. Knees up or down. Exhale, bend at the elbows. Lower down to the chest. Untuck the feet. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Okay, so we're going to do a few down dog toe taps just to increase the energy in the body and the mind. So ground into the left ball of the foot. Inhale, sweep the right heel up to the sky. Exhale, lightly tap your right big toe back down to the mat. And inhale, send your right heel back up. Exhale, lightly tap the right big toe. Inhale, reach the heel high. Exhale, lightly tap the big toe. One more time. Inhale, lift the right heel high. Exhale, curl the right knee in. Step the right foot near the right wrist. Keep the back heel lifted this time. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Warrior lunge. Arms coming up and along the sides of the face. Draw the tailbone slightly down and feel the side bodies grow long. Exhale, breathe out through the mouth. Cactus your arms. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Frame the right foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Down dog toe tap, second side. Ground into the right ball of the foot. Inhale, left heel sweeps up. Down dog split. Exhale, lightly tap the right big toe down to the mat. Inhale, sweep the left heel up. Exhale, lightly tap the toe down. Inhale, sweep the left heel up. On this next exhale, scoop the left knee in. Step the left foot near the left wrist. Keep the back right heel lifted. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Warrior lunge. So draw the tailbone slightly down to engage the belly button back toward the spine and let the side bodies grow up from the crest of your hips. Fingertips rise. Exhale, cactus your arms out through your mouth. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come down, framing your left foot. Step the left foot back, down dog. You can always hold here in the down dog or lower your knees. Take tabletop cat-cow or a few down dog cobra swings. So as you inhale, let your hips come into plank. Let your elbows soften a bit. Let your hips come down and let your heart pull through. Cobra. Exhale, draw your front ribs and the belly button in so you send your hips nice and high, down dog. Inhale, let your hips come through to plank pose. Let your elbows soften a bit, hips drop down, lift up through your heart. Exhale, draw your front ribs in and send your hips nice and high. One more time. Inhale, shift the hips forward. Lower the hips down and lift through the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold in the down dog. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Last inhalation here as you're exhaling, take your gaze, look up toward your thumbs, bend your knees, walk or lightly hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift your belly away from your thighs, energize through the crown of your head. Exhale, bend your knees, reverse your swan dive. Exhale, prayer hands coming together into the heart, ground down to the right foot as you begin to lift your left foot, stork position. Knee and thigh draw in toward the left ribs, draw the belly button in and reach long through the crown of the head. Sometimes there's a tendency to lean back, which can cause the low back to take the pose. So draw the navel in, draw the front ribs in. And as you exhale, you're going to start to hook your left heel toward the buttocks. Begin to shift your body forward as you bend your right knee. We're going to step this left foot back into that warrior lunge position. So left foot lands, and then the arms are going to reach up by your ears. Exhale, bring your hands down. Frame your front foot. You're going to start spinning to the outer edge of the left foot as the right foot stacks on the inner edge of the left foot, Vashisthasana side plank. Inhale, inner edges of your feet hug together. Right arm's gonna reach up, draw the tailbone down, take a breath in. As you exhale, right hand coming down, plank pose. You can shift straight back to downward dog or exhale, let your elbows bend and lower down. Inhale, untucking the toes, curl up to cobra and exhale as you take downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Last inhale here. As you exhale, look forward, bend your knees, walk or lightly hop your feet forward. Inhale, lift through the spine halfway, and exhale, fold into your legs. Inhale, bend your knees and reverse. Take your arms, reach them up. Prayer hands coming together as you shift into your left foot stork pose. Right knee and right thigh come in. Draw the belly button in to support the low back as the crown of your head rises up. As you exhale, begin to hook your right heel toward the right buttocks. And as you begin to lean forward, start extending your right leg behind you as you soften in your left knee. The right foot will land. As the right foot lands, breathe in, stretch your arms by your ears. Exhale as your hands come down to frame your front foot. Start to spin to the outer edge of the right foot. Left foot stacks, Vashisthasana side plank pose. Hug your inner edges of your feet together as you press into your right hand and feel a light lift of your hips. One more breath in. As you exhale, left hand coming to the floor, plank pose. Now you can go straight back to down dog or exhale, let your elbows bend with your knees up or down, come to the earth, untuck your feet, inhale, curling up, draw the tailbone down, cobra pose. Exhale, draw the belly button in and shift the hips up, down dog. Okay, deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, look forward, bend your knees, walk or lightly hop. Okay, so bring the inner edges of your feet together, hands nice and wide, separate your knees. So you can stay in, I like to call it the frog squat. You can stay in the frog squat, maybe even bow in a little bit, or you can hook your tops of your shins really high up on your backs of your arms. Spread your fingers, hug your elbows in like chaturanga, and begin to shift weight forward so that the toes can lift into little crow. So inner edges of the feet hug together, just like that Vashisthasana side plank. Keep the elbows like chaturanga as you draw the belly in, rounding through the back, softening through your eyes. One more breath in. Okay, as you exhale, let your feet come down and apart. Heels in, toes out, bend your knees, Garland, Malasana pose. Sink your hips low, hands to heart center. We're going to use this pose to transition down to a seated pose. So you can use your hands, or you can let your hips come down. As your hips come down, float your feet up into Navasana variation. So knees bent, feet coming together. Spread through your fingers and elevate up through your heart. Take a breath in and a breath out. Okay, last inhalation. As you're exhaling, your feet can come down. Adjust your hips on your mat if needed, so that when you come down onto your spine, you're about in the center of your mat. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor, knees pointing up to the ceiling, ground down through the backs of your arms and your elbows. Press into your feet and the backs of your arms. Inhale, float your hips up, bridge pose. Center chest rising up. Stay here or move your shoulder blades a little closer together and take your hands maybe and interlock them underneath of your low back. Or remember, you can keep your forearms simply facing one another. Press into your feet, stabilize through your legs. Feel the backs of your arms anchored down as the tailbone slightly draws down toward the space between the inner knees. As you take your next inhale, start to move your shoulders apart. Lower your hips down to the mat. Take your arms kind of wide. Take your feet wider and sway your knees, windshield wipers. As your knees sway right, pause. Take a breath in and an extra breath out. Come through the center, twist over to the left, pause, take a few extra moments. Come through the center, stretch your legs out long on the mat. You're gonna take both heels, walk them over to the left corner of the mat. You might take your right foot and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Lean your left hand to your left thigh as you take a reclined side stretch here, so sometimes called the banana pose. And then after your next exhale, walk your feet through the center over to the right. Left foot might cross over the right. Right hand can come to the right thigh as you lean to the right. Okay, coming through to the center, let your heels drop down, toes fall open. You're gonna let your palms turn up to face the ceiling. And let's take a minute here just to let the body become still and allow the breath to come back to its natural rhythm. Coming back to the feeling of your physical body supported by the floor beneath you. Allow your knees to bend one at a time. Plant the feet to the mat. Roll your body to the right or to the left. Come side lying. Press your hands down and rise to your seat. Okay. Join your hands together at your heart. The light within me sees and bows to that same light that exists within you. Namaste.